Good morning, everybody. Our presentation today will be on Brazil Disneyland Resort, which is Disney World's venture into Brazil and the Latin American market. I'm Christina. This is Kevin.
I'm Claire.
And I'm Molly.
I'm Katarina.
And we will be presenting today. It all began with a man and his mouse. You all know the stories: Cinderella's Castle, Mickey Mouse characters, where dreams come true. This is the Walt Disney Company. Founded in 1923 by Walt Disney, Disney has been enriching the lives and imaginations of children worldwide for 86 years and counting. Disney's CEO, Robert Iger, presides over 4 company segments: Walt Disney Studios, Disney Media Networks, Disney Consumer Products, and Disney Parks and Resorts. As you can see, Disney Studios is the main cinema unit for Disney, and most recently having acquired Pixar in 2006. Disney Media Networks include ABC and ESPN, and Disney Consumer Products can be found in Disney stores nation and worldwide. The most integral part of the Walt Disney Company for this project is the Walt Disney World Parks and Resorts. These resorts include Disneyland in Anaheim, California, Walt Disney World in Orlando, Florida, Tokyo Disney Resort, Disneyland Resort Paris, and Hong Kong Disneyland. These will all be described in detail later on in our presentation.
All right, thank you. Next, we're going to discuss the environmental overview. Slide, please. We got to highlight 4 main categories here: cultural identity, customs, economy, and political structure. First of all, the population in Brazil is 184 million. It's the largest and most populous in all of Latin America. It occupies about half of South America as well. It's extremely diverse, with immigrants from Poland, Spain, Germany, Japan, and the Middle East. On the Hofstede dimension scale, it ranked highest on uncertainty and avoidance for 76, suggesting that the society is more have a lower tolerance to change, which kind of lends itself to, I guess, the kind of crucial regulations and the national security measures they take. Second, customs in terms of business. You got relations, communication, and negotiation. Now, as opposed to here in America, Brazil does things a little bit differently. The relationships are more like face-to-face relationships instead of like here a written proposal or a phone call. Communication is often informal, as in contrast in here in this country. Negotiations are they're not rushed, they're much slower, and they're extremely detailed. Next, we got the economy. GDP in 2009 was 1.3 trillion. Per capita, PPP was 9,500 US dollars. Trade relations. Recently, the U.S. and Brazil reached $44 billion in 2009, which is a 12% increase from 2006. Next, the political system. It's a relatively stable government, and President Lula da Silva, who was elected in 2003, re-elected in 2007, holds a 4-year term. So it's a federal republic with a federal district in 26 states. Also, recently the government has undertook reforms to reduce trade barriers. Currently, it's 11% as opposed to 32% in 1990. Now, although Brazil is classified as an emerging market with some political and economic risk, it's also very innovative and very attractive to international investors. Through some of the things I pointed out through microeconomic reforms. So next, we're going to hand this up to one of my colleagues.
Hello. I will be speaking to you about the competitive environment we have in Brazil and our main competitors for Disney. Slide. The global competitors that Disney have include Universal Parks and Resorts, which is located in 4 different countries, Six Flags, which is found in 6 different continents, and International Tourism Holding. Brazilian competitors include, slide please, Beto Carreiro World, Hopi Hari Play Center, Magic Park, and Walter World. Beto Carreiro World is actually Brazil's largest theme park and would probably be Brazil's main competitor in the country because of their knowledge of the culture and their size. Indirect competitors include water parks, Magic City, beaches, and sporting events. Brazil currently is home to the largest soccer stadium in the world. And next I will tell you about Walt Disney's SWOT analysis. Their main strengths include strong brand recognition, a diverse product portfolio, good quality reputation, effective advertisement, and a well-established telecommunication networks. Their products are found in different business sectors include media networks, parks and resorts, studio entertainment, and consumer products. Their weaknesses include a decline in their studio entertainment performance. In the last 2 years, the revenues have declined from 24% to 21%. There's also been negative connotations with the International Disney Resorts, which we have known about Hong Kong and Paris. Opportunities include international market expansion. The company is currently expanding aggressively into these emerging and developing markets. New attractions, extension of the cruise line, and proliferation of online media. Threats include increased competition, piracy, and regulation risk in domestic and international markets.
Okay, I will be talking to you about our potential target market assessment. Our potential target market are middle and upper class families as well as international tourists of the same socioeconomic bracket. For all the other Disney theme parks, Disney has targeted these brackets specifically because of their large amount of luxury spending that they're able to have, and that automatically would go back into park revenues through admissions, product services, and restaurants within the theme park. The upper middle class families in Brazil are the highest earning 10% households with an average disposable income of $72,932 in 2007. So you can see that they have a lot of money in order to be able to spend at these theme parks. Also, Brazil's age distribution is between 10 to 30 years old, which means that a lot of the products that Disney targets towards this bracket would be relatable to this age distribution. As far as international tourists, the reason we would be able to attract them is because it's a location that would bring the Disney experience closer to home, since a lot of them have a hard time traveling to the Florida theme parks and other theme parks around the world. And about 50% of Brazil's international tourists are from other Latin American countries that border Brazil.
All right, next I will talk about market entry strategy. As we have talked about already, competitive and environmental assessments suggest that Disney should enter Brazil via joint venture. Now, the reason we chose to do this is because it is very difficult for U.S. companies to operate in Brazil without a local partner. It's difficult to operate in Brazil because many of the business ties are based on personal relationships. Also, these personal relationships lead to political networks, and by having a local partner, Disney would be able to tap into those networks. Also, Brazil is a country that is characterized by a very heavy and unpredictable tax system. So by partnering with a local company, we hope to get not only tax breaks, but also manage Brazil's tax system. In addition, Brazil also has very heavy government regulations and employment practices that follow from that. Also, Brazil is characterized by heavy labor unions. About 19% of the entire workforce is unionized, which is extremely high. Therefore, by having a local partner, we would be able to know how to manage the